final time. Now he heads for turn number 11, the final turn on the course. Jeff Gordon has won the Bud at the Glen. And here in 1997, securing his spot atop the NASCAR Winston Cup point standings.
Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Arena and welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to all my new subscribers, especially the ones who joined right after track history on Watkins Glen. Your support has been incredible. Today I have something special for you all, an extended interview of my father from track history on Watkins Glen. If you haven't seen track history on Watkins Glen yet, I'll have the link down below in the description. And now here's an extended interview with my father about Watkins Glen International. Hey Dad.
Hey Dan.
Mila decided to enter the chat.
Hi Mila.
Literally walked in.
Yeah.
When was your first time at Watkins Glen track?
Oh, it was around 1972. The reason why was my family ran the food concessions at Watkins Glen. So I was going down to the track to help out in the stands and set things up for the races for the food. Also, too, we provided food for some of the parties. Lotus or someone had a party underneath the tent, we provided the food for that.
Like the hospitality time during Formula One, like the original Paddock Club, if you think about it today.
Yeah, we didn't do the Paddock Club. They had their own crew from Watkins Glen taking care of that. But we did help them out on occasion. So I was at the Paddock Club a number of times.
Where was the concession stand located during the 1972 Formula One Grand Prix?
They were located all around the track at almost every turn. Obviously, there was a big concession group stands down the start-finish line area. That was where the major ones were because of the concentration of the fans that were there and teams and everyone else, so to speak, like that, were down in those areas.
Any drivers that you served food with? Do you remember?
Yeah, I served food and I drank a little bit with them. Before the race, races, we would be there a couple days or like 3-4 days before the race even started off with time trials. And the drivers, we got to meet some of them by accident at some of the concession stands at nighttime. There was one concession stand that we had that we were serving beer at. And some people came over there and we were talking. I think that's where I met Jackie Stewart, Mario Andretti. So we were just having some beers and this and that there talking. They were griping about this, that, and next thing. But there was no one, no one, a couple of their team members might be with them or something like that. So we did a little bit of that. But there were probably other drivers I met there that I just don't remember, or I had too much beer that night. I remember there was a comment that met Mario's son. Michael, and we were talking, and I think you were with me.
Yeah, when we went to the first Formula E weekend at the New York City Grand Prix a couple years ago, we met Michael Andretti there. And
we were talking about some of the get-togethers and stuff like that. And Michael made a comment that, oh, that's why my dad didn't win that race that time.
Yeah, I remember that. You made that comment to him, that why his dad didn't win that weekend.
One thing I want to bring up back, I met Jackie Stewart, but that was back in 72.
Okay.
The US Grand Prix, 59 laps of something. That's where I met Jackie Stewart. In 72 it was. Again, we happened to be having a couple beers, and his accent brought it out like that. Yeah, I remember that there. I was thinking back about that there in 70s, where I obviously every race back in the 72 time frame, I was probably at all of them. When they're stuck out.
In Watkins Glen, New York, hundreds of thousands of young people gathered for an all-day rock concert. Estimates of the crowd have ranged from 300,000 to 500,000, or as one person said today, it was 95 acres of wall-to-wall people.
Did you get stuck there?
Yes, a lot of us were stuck there. My sleeping area was in back of a tractor trailer on bags of popcorn and other stuff. That's how we slept out there. No water to shower or clean up for the longest time. We had security team, which we hired Hell's Angels to walk us back to the main area there with money. That they worked with our off-duty police officers, which I knew quite well, to take care of the funds and get it out of the area there. But there was a lot of things going on through that whole thing, where they did overcome some of our concession stands and just took them over. So our left there, but the main big ones, we kept under control, because then we had security people guarding it and so forth like that around that time. But there was tons and tons of people. Some people compared it, might have been a little bit bigger than Woodstock, or around the same size, but obviously a different type, where Woodstock was on a farm, where this was on a racetrack, where we would see people would parachute in, and unfortunately someone got killed doing that. And before cell phones and so forth like that, obviously, we had some type of land phone, but just one that we're able to call back, because people were worried about us going on and so forth like that. And as you well know, the amount of roads going into Watkins Glen and up to the track, limited. There was cars parked and vehicles all over, up the hills, down the hills, behind the hills, all the way to Montour Falls. So we had made arrangements for food to be flown into us, and they brought it in by helicopter and dropped it off, just like it would be a military maneuver. And they would come down and with pallets out of the helicopters into our compound area, that we had a compound around the main concession stand. So they brought it in like that, because there's no way trucks or anything else were getting in there. No way at all.
So did you continue after Summer Jam up to the 80s? Did you continue working at the track?
No. After that, I think a year after that, because there were so many lawsuits.
Yeah.
The Watkins Glen track at the time, we were suing them. They were suing us because we wouldn't give them any commission money because of we were, taken over by areas. Things were wrecked. The stands were ripped apart that we had equipment in, and so there was things going on. So the following year, we parted companies from over there. They had their problems back in the 70s after Summer Jam.
Yeah, they were not selling. I think it was like the last Formula One race was the nail in the coffin, because they didn't give the prize money to the winner because they were out of money.
Okay.
The track was just falling apart, and it was just still unsafe. They didn't, like, the FIA at the time that regulated Formula One, just like they just basically parted ways and switched to Long Beach. Actually, they were doing 2 Formula One races at the same time in the United States.
Is unfurled, and Alan Jones is the winner of the 1980 United States Grand Prix.
After Summer Jam 73, you haven't returned to the track.
I returned to the track, and I returned to the track with you a number of times. Correct?
So that was 97.
Green flag is out.
Everybody making the move down into turn number 1. A hard right-hander.
Michael Walton dives on the inside of Slater. They are absolutely 3 abreast to that corner.
And that's when we met Jeff Gordon.
Yes, we snuck. You can tell the story how we got to meet Jeff Gordon.
My company at the time, we bought a sponsorship over at Watkins Glen, and with that, we were able to get into the. They had a special tent that DuPont was hosting, and you and I were able to go in there, and I believe you got the autograph from Jeff Gordon at the time, and stuff like that. We got into the pits when we went in there for that. We went out there. It was a pretty good day, a very exciting time.
Do you remember we were not supposed to be in that DuPont tent?
Well, yeah.
We accidentally went in there because
and they
They
let
thought that they thought you were a DuPont dealer,
that's
but
correct.
we accidentally went to the wrong tent.
That's correct. And we end up staying.
Yeah, we ended up staying. The guy's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just come right in."
Yep,
I was like, "Okay."
that's right.
I was like 9 at the time, I think, and like I had no clue.
Yeah, 9, 10 years old. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're. Yeah, that's right. It was pretty glamorous at the time too, because NASCAR was getting more and more obviously noted, you know, and so forth like that, and the different drivers there, like Jeff Gordon, which I believe that was your hero at the time. And
Yes.
so that was pretty exciting to be able to do that, you know, and be up front with, you know, and seeing these people, and you know, Hendricks and you know, a number of people over there, especially going down into the pits and the hot areas and so forth. They had, if you remember correctly, we were able to get down in there. Did we also get some lugs that time? I think.
Yes, I still have it actually. I believe those lug nuts were from Chip Ganassi Racing, I think it was like the Sterling Marlin's car, the Course number 40 Course car. I remember that the pit crew was like, these are used, like, you know, he was giving them out. That they still have like the glue they'll put on the lug nuts, so when they carry the tires to the car, they don't fall off. So that was the time when pit stops are starting to get faster and faster at the time.
That's right.
So I remember that.
Do you remember where our seats were?
Yeah, I remember the first year was right at the final corner, right in front of the bridge, and then there was a very big passing area. You can see the other corner at the time. I think that was the Grand Prix corner of turn 10, and you can see like Gordon just passing everyone when he won that race in 87.
Turns 9 and 10. Here's Gordon now going by Wally Dollarback.
Boy, he has a fast race car.
And then we moved around. We stayed mostly in the front stretch area, and then on top of pit lane, basically, where the old garage used to be for Formula One.
Exactly.
And then I think we're in turn 10 for time. I remember that. We were never in the S's or the other parts of the track.
No.
I didn't really explore those until I was in like later years in high school and college. And it's such a like unique track because like I've been to others now here in the South. I've been to VIR, I've been to Road Atlanta and Charlotte Motor Speedway, and nothing compares to how cool that track is and how much history that's at that track.
Definitely.
And how now I haven't been there since I think I haven't been there since 2018, and since then I know the facilities it's like really fantastic compared to other tracks that I've been to. The camping's really good. The facility is really nice, and then like also like it's just a big track. Like you really have to, you'll definitely be like putting your steps in walking around that track. It's so big.
I think you and I should make a return visit there, Dan.
I think we should.
And go down for a race, right?
Yeah, I do want to go back there at least one more time. Hopefully soon.
Turn on the course. Jeff Gordon has won the Bud at the Glen. His 8th win of the 1997 season, his 27th career victory.
And that wraps up the extended interview with my father, and I want to thank him for his incredible stories. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel for more track history episodes and motorsports content. Also hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. If you'd like to support me and keep this channel going, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link down below in the description. Your support means the world to me, and it allows me to continue to bring you these videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.